fellas. We can be that mistake. Let's do this. What's good, y'all?
Hey, guys.
We're Embrace the Suck 21.
Yes, we are.
I'm Spencer.
And I'm Daniel.
Coming at you with more Formula One. But this time, we're focusing on Michael Schumacher, one of the GOATs of Formula One. Like, he is, from what we've heard in the comments, it's like, he is the Formula One, what, like, Richard Petty, Dale Earnhardt, and Jeff Gordon are to NASCAR.
Okay.
So Tom
this
Brady is to the NFL.
So this name flows off lips.
Right.
When talking about Formula One.
Right.
Got it.
So we're doing top 10 moments of Schumacher brilliance.
All right.
This is off the official F1 channel, so hopefully it goes through. There's
Let's
only
see.
one way to find out.
Let's see.
Go.
Michael Schumacher had struggled to reach the heights for which he was famed during his second stint as a Formula One driver. But at Monaco in 2012, the German drove an utterly scintillating lap to take what would have been the final pole position of his career. A grid penalty for a previous infringement dropped him to 6th on the grid, but it took nothing away from what had been a superb performance and a reminder to all of the genius behind the wheel. At the 1995 European Grand Prix, Schumacher was hunting down Jean Alesi, going wheel to wheel in the fight for victory. Then, with 3 laps to go, Michael made his move.
Yes! Michael Schumacher takes the lead in the Grand Prix of Europe, and the Benetton team go berserk with delight.
A fantastic overtake around the outside of the chicane gave him the race win. And
Man, that was a tight pass.
He had to have been thinking about that pass the whole time. He was
Yeah.
I'm going to get him on these 2 turns.
Yeah. And the tire had to have touched like the side of the car.
Had to have.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like you could get away with touching the side of another car, but another tire, you're done.
Yeah.
You're done.
topped off an incredible drive that had seen him take 25 seconds out of Alesi in the 15 laps prior to his pass.
Wow, 25 seconds. Getting 25 seconds.
That's crazy.
In 15 laps on a road course.
That's crazy.
That's insane.
For Michael to win with 3 stops, this is for me probably rates it amongst his best wins. So all big congratulations to him.
Having won the first 4 races of 1994, the Spanish Grand Prix proved to be a little trickier for Schumacher, as he found himself stuck in 5th gear for most of the race.
Oh my God.
Despite driving with an issue that would have seen many drivers retire, he not only raced on, but was able to match the pace of race leader and eventual winner Damon Hill. The Benetton driver fighting his way home to finish in an excellent 2nd place.
Wow.
That's incredible.
So you're stuck in a gear.
Yeah, like
Holy crap.
I feel like in these cars there's like 6, maybe 7 gears. I'm not sure.
Whew.
Like the previous NASCAR cars have 4 gears. The next gen have 5 gears. And I remember like earlier this year, Kyle Busch won a race at Pocono just stuck in 4th gear the whole time.
Wow.
And like granted most of the race was under green flag, but like when he was pitting, like he had to strategize that and like
That's crazy because that puts extra strain on your motor
yeah,
and on the whole vehicle.
absolutely.
And so you have to like rethink everything. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah, I mean, I guess in 5th gear that's racing gear. Like,
But-
we're at top speeds. Like you could go down in speed in a high gear, but you can't go up in
Yeah.
a lower gear. Like
That's-
you're gonna blow your engine if you do that.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Schumacher was chasing victory at Spa-Francorchamps in 1992. In changeable conditions, Michael felt the time was right to switch to dry tyres, and it was an inspired decision. Once those ahead had made their stops, Michael had taken the race lead, and he held on to claim the first of his 91 career victories at the very track on which he'd made his Grand Prix debut just 1 year before.
I don't know why, but
Wow.
Wow.
First of all, having rain tires versus dry tires, like That's something that just came to NASCAR a couple years ago.
Really?
Yeah, Formula One's already had this.
Oh.
And like 91 victories.
That's
insane. For context, Lewis Hamilton just got his 100th victory. And in NASCAR, the top winners are Richard Petty with 200 wins, but that was when NASCAR was racing like 50, 60, 70 times a year back in the 60s, 70s, and 80s. Second is David Pearson with 105, and third is Jeff Gordon with 93. So, like, Jeff Gordon and Michael Schumacher not only, like, were active around the same time, like, had a similar amount of success in their respective motorsports.
Because that's nothing to sneer at. How many races does F1 have?
Man, I don't know. It's like 20 a season.
And how many races does NASCAR have?
36. Yeah.
So 91 is still 90 fucking one.
Yeah,
wins.
yeah. Especially
That's
when
crazy.
when there's not as many races in a season.
Yeah.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
When I was in the motorhome today, I thought I'm able to win this race. And I thought, I think my dream doesn't come up. And then suddenly the situation changed. I went in for dry tires and it was absolutely at the right moment. I really can't describe it. I mean, it's something crazy.
Fighting Fernando Alonso for the 2006 World Championship, Schumacher delivered a stunning performance at the Brazilian Grand Prix that matched even the most memorable of his race victories. A puncture on lap 9 dropped him to the back of the field and almost a lap down. But he refused to give up, passing nearly the entire field on his way back to 4th place, finishing just 24 seconds off the race winner. He missed out on the Drivers' Championship, but he won all the plaudits in his final race for Ferrari.
Wow.
Schumacher made his debut with the Jordan team at the 1991 Belgian Grand Prix, standing in for the team's regular driver, Bertrand Gachot. The 22-year-old German was immediately on the pace and would qualify 7th fastest, 4 places higher than his experienced teammate Andrea De Cesaris. Sadly, his race would be cut short on the opening lap with clutch failure, but this one qualifying session had already done enough to attract the attention of other teams and earned him an immediate switch to Benetton.
You must be very happy with your result.
Yeah, sure, I'm really happy. The car feels really good and it makes a lot of fun to drive, and also for the time, I'm really happy, yeah.
In 1998, Mika Häkkinen was 16 points clear with 5 races to go, and Schumacher knew he needed a strong result. With the Finn leading in Hungary, Ferrari tried something different.
Catching traffic, I want them in this lap. Pronti, tutti fuori, tutti fuori.
Schumacher switched to a 3-stop strategy, but he needed to post qualifying-style laps every lap for the whole race to give himself a chance of beating the McLarens. Setting fastest lap after fastest lap, he stormed to the race victory, thanks to a combination of team strategy and one of his finest drives.
I mean, you dream about the ideal result, and that was one of the dreams.
Now, that's the scheme that I recognize Michael Schumacher in. Like, that's one of his most popular schemes was, Marlboro.
Oh, yeah?
Back when cigarettes were sponsoring
advertising,
motorsports.
yeah.
You had Marlboro in Formula One. You had Winston in NASCAR. So that's what I recognize him from, like, when I started to follow motorsport in general.
He was the Marlboro guy.
Yeah, the Marlboro man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dreams I have.
Having been caught out in a wet-dry qualifying session, Schumacher started from 16th place on the grid in Belgium in 1995. However, come race day, he mastered the changeable conditions, making a string of overtakes and fighting off his great rival, Damon Hill, to take top spot on the podium.
From 16th on the grid, did you really believe you could win this one?
I knew it's going to be possible to drive certainly in the points and even probably on the rostrum, but to be first, no, I didn't believe this.
Having sustained a broken leg earlier in the year, Schumacher returned for the final 2 rounds of the 1999 season, with some critics doubting if his trademark pace would still be there. But in qualifying, he went a full second quicker than anyone else, blitzing the opposition to take one of the most commanding pole positions of his career and silence his doubters It was a truly remarkable comeback.
We expected to be strong, and I mentioned that several times this weekend. But to be second ahead, that was clearly surprising.
Let's see.
Arguably Michael's finest ever moment came at the 1996 Spanish Grand Prix, taking victory in torrential conditions. Having struggled with his Ferrari all season, especially in wet conditions, his performance on the day was out of this world and was a signal to all of his critics that here was a racer beholden of genuine greatness. Having cleared Jean Alesi, Schumacher then caught and passed Jacques Villeneuve to set up what would be not only one of his finest ever Formula One victories, but his first win with the Ferrari team with whom he would write his name indelibly in the history of the sport.
Michael Schumacher wins the Spanish Grand Prix after an absolutely superlative drive.
It's amazing.
That's incredible.
That's
yeah. I feel like in the first, or like, what was it, the second one that we did of Formula One, like, I feel like that clip was in there.
Yeah.
And we reacted to it, and it was like, oh my God, they race in the rain?
Yeah.
And and the only thing I have to go on with NASCAR is, like, last year, 2020, when it was torrential downpour in Charlotte, and the Charlotte Roval in the Xfinity Series, which is, like, the series below the Cup Series, and AJ Allmendinger just totally smoked the field because he has experience in like Champ Car and more road course type racing, and just totally just smoked the entire field.
That's crazy.
In rain tires, and it was one of the best races I'd seen in the past couple years.
These guys, man, and they're not going slow in the rain.
Right. They're still going fast.
Yeah.
They're still going fast. Yeah.
Man.
If anyone would have asked me how much I would bet on this, I wouldn't have even bet a penny on it. We have not got a present from anyone. I just pushed it to the victory, and the car has been superb, especially at the beginning, and I was able to do the job.
That's incredible.
That's cool.
That is incredible.
That's crazy, man.
Man, Michael Schumacher, man.
So he's the GOAT. He's the GOAT.
Well,
of F1.
Was the GOAT, but now it's Lewis Hamilton.
Ooh.
Yeah, and he's still active right now. But, you know, Michael Schumacher, this compilation, I'll give 2 thumbs up.
Yes.
Yeah. You know, let us know more F1 drivers to check out, like, or more compilations to check out.
Yeah,
of
definitely.
Formula One.
Definitely.
Man, like, I don't think we could do Lewis Hamilton right now because he's still active.
Mm-hmm.
He's still, I'm not sure if he's still driving for Mercedes or for what the manufacturers are in Formula One right now. I know there's been Ferrari. That's like
I heard McLaren.
McLaren.
Big one.
Yeah. Like, not Chevy, Ford, and Toyota, which is what NASCAR has. But yeah, I've said my piece on that. All we have left to say is thank you for liking, commenting, subscribing, hitting the bell, and sharing with your friends.
Definitely, guys.
And until next time, wash your hands, scrub your toes, wipe your ass, blow your nose.
And embrace the suck.
See you next time.
Later.